Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to Ruben Uncut. Today, I'm going to be looking into some data. You see, the other day, a the closest thing I can have to finding out that someone I went to high school was becoming disappointing occurred to me. A guy I knew who was homeschooled like myself by some funky, fun parents who I'm disappointed turned out this way. Fun fact, he's a relatively successful bluegrass player now. But he been leaving some questionable comments on my post about Elon Musk on Facebook. Ugh. And the other day, he sent me a link to a website called the American Principles Project. Although technically the website is actually called wokegov.appdc.org. Hopefully I haven't just downloaded a bunch of viruses. Yeah, it's a MacBook, so probably not. Let's take a look at this site. Okay, what we got here? Funding insanity, federal spending on gender under ideology under Biden Harris. So one of two things is about to happen. Either I'm about to read a bunch of data that is just absolute bullshit, or I'm about to read about a bunch of social programs that they want to paint as woke so they can shut them down. I already downloaded the report data. It's almost meaningless. It has almost no context to it. It just says the amounts and the departments and the number of contracts in the departments. It's almost useless to figure out what it actually means. What do we got here, though? At least 341 grant issued by the Biden administration were identified as promoting woke gender ideology, worth over 128 million in obligated federal funds. The grants were compiled through keyword searches. Oh my God. Entered into the U.S. spending database and narrowed manually. So a whole bunch of people were spending their actual time doing this, supposedly. Okay. So this is the total amount, which, just so you are aware, in terms of the overall U.S. federal budget, that's less than 1%. Actually, let's find. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do the math. I'm getting a lot of data here that is not as conclusive as I would like. But supposedly, the best number I found, or most believable number, slash highest number is 7.3 trillion. How many times does 128 million go into 7.9 trillion? 61,000 times, which means the overall budget was 61,000 times higher than this number you are seeing here. Funding distribution. Department of Health and Human Services makes sense because those would be things that directly touch the lives of queer people. That would make sense. Directly touch the lives of all of us. Agencies for International Development, 17,000. Now, at this moment, let's see, does it specify what this website okay, specifically gender ideology. Although we haven't seen anything to clarify what this means. International Agency for International Development makes sense. Foreign policy. You want America's foreign policy to lean into the idea of human rights, and gender ideology would fall under that. These are people's rights. Like, we are having the conversation about these groups of people's rights in society right now. It makes sense that there would be some of this. Although, to be fair, we haven't confirmed anything yet. We are taking their word at this moment. Department of State, don't know what it's referring to. Hard for me to judge it. National Endowment for the Humanities, probably some gay art. Honestly, that's normally what that stuff's about. Department of Justice, probably some legal issues. Institute of Museums and Library Services. I mean, libraries and museums should contain this information. I don't know what Department of Education, don't know what that refers to specific. Department of Agriculture. what? I don't know. Do we have a are we giving money to trans farmers? What is that? Department of the Interior. Well, you don't want straight people doing the interior design. I'm joking. That's not what the Department of the Interior does. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Actually, a very small amount here, only 500,000. Inter-American Foundation. Don't know what that is. National Endowment for the Arts. Shockingly low at $262,000. But also not shocking because, America hates the arts because we're run by dicks. All right. So supposedly, the Department of Health and Human Services makes sense. That's actually kind of makes sense. Let's see if they elaborate. Wait, what? I just wait, what? So this won't take me to more information about that. Okay. Okay, we've already read the amounts that go to the different things, but they oh, that's interesting. Department of the State has the most grants, but not the most overall amount of money, which means that some of these grants are definitely worth more than others. National Endowment for the Arts which is only $262,000. Unsurprisingly, only that's made up of 13 grants. They don't give big grants to the arts. All right, so let's see what we got here. They're going to break it down, I hope, because I hope they're going to actually go into detail, because otherwise they're hiding shit. All right, and what we found out: federal contracts, a list of contracts identified that promote. I want to see the contracts. By the way, these total numbers can mean anything. That's the problem. Promote gender ideology, including total obligated amounts and the number of contracts per agency. Okay, total contracts 63. Total, wait. Federal oh wait, this is different. Is this different than the okay? Okay, they're separating grants and contracts for some reason. Total contracts 63, not actually a ton of government contracts, and it only comes up to $46 million, which is less than there were in grants, which makes sense. So just to point this out, there's probably a distinctive disparity in those grants because most nonprofits are run by people who care more about ideas than money. So that could actually be related to any sort of discrepancy in this. But once again, we have not verified anything at this point. Like, they don't even tell us what these numbers mean. Agency for International Development has 14 contracts. But like, what makes a contract woke? And like, that's another thing, is that their contracts, what is their criteria for wokeness? Is it just anything that implies gender ideology? I don't know. I also don't believe in the concept of gender ideology. That's unless are you just talking about queer theory, like queer philosophy? Like, that's a thing, but like, to call it an ideology is just to make it scarier for some reason. Okay, no, still can't click on any of these numbers to take me to what they are, to verify anything. And I downloaded the report. I'll throw it up on the screen. It's literally just this information. Promote the safety. Okay, it's here. Notable grants. Promoting the safety, agency, well-being, and livelihoods of LGBTQIA plus in Uganda. I have no fucking problem with that. I'm going to say that, like, literally, Uganda is the country where they are trying to kill gay people. I don't know why. It makes sense that we would be spending this money in Uganda. I'm sorry. If it bothers you that that's a thing we're spending money, if you're bothered by the fact that we are trying to like nudge this fucking backwards country of Uganda into not murdering gay people, I'm sorry. This is good. This is a good thing for us to spend only $3 million on. I don't think you understand how minuscule that is in the budget of America. Like, even if they cut all of these grants out of the budget, it would not shift money around enough to make a clear, noticeable difference in America. Like, you would probably, it'd probably just go to buy cheese that they made too much of anyways. Do they, Do they give you any? Okay, so they don't give you more information on what these are anyways. I mean, maybe there is. I'm still exploring the site. Maybe there's more to it. But like right off the bat, from the name alone, I'm pro this. Go this. If we're going to use our American influence in some way, maybe it should be to help countries not fucking murder people. I don't I don't have a problem with this. Okay. The Alliance for Equality and its mission to promote LGBTQI plus, interestingly, they don't use the A, people in priority countries around the world, outright, outright international. So here's how a grant happens, okay? A private nonprofit petitions the government to be like, hey, we want to do this thing that we think is good. Can you give us money to do the thing that we think is good? And the government looks at it and they're like, yes, no, maybe. Like we don't know that's another factor of data we don't have here, which is how many gay projects they turned down. We don't know. We also don't know how much money these people asked for. There's a very solid chance that a lot of these asked for more than they got because the government frequently gives out money that way. I'm just saying. Alliance for Global Equality and its mission to promote LGBTQI people in priority countries around the world. So once again, this just sounds like human rights stuff. Promoting human rights around the world is good for everybody. For example, you don't want people moving to America. A lot of Americans don't want people moving to America, but so if we can make these other countries safer for gay people, that's less gay refugees. There, see, I'm speaking your language, right? You hear that, bigots? We can keep out the gay refugees if we make their homes safer to live in. They won't immigrate here. See, I'm upselling it to you. This is not a problem. This is not bad. I don't have a problem with any of this spending so far. More inclusive consideration of sexual orientation, gender identity, and sexual characteristics in humanitarian assistance. International Rescue Committee. Once again, it's just international aid programs for people who are suffering. They're just talking about taking in considerations for gay people. And also, gay people don't fall under gender ideology. Wait, did it say sex and gender ideology? Because no, it just says gender. Idiots. Oh my God. Activities to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming healthcare association Lambda. Why should I be bothered by this? There are going to be nonprofits who want to support trans people and their healthcare. That's the way things work. Yeah, this is all just anti-humanitarian aid shit. So that's wild. Shield the LGBTQI plus population in the Western Balkans. American Bar Association. Okay, interesting organization to be doing it. That being said, they have just over $2 million from it. They got almost $2 million for it, although that also might be multiple grants. They're not showing that part here. I guess I could look it up. But also, since it's the American Bar Association and they give no further details, they're literally just giving the names. I have to just assume that these things are what they say they are until I find other information. But that sounds reasonable too. I'm sure that gay people in the Balkans have legal problems. I don't know what the issue is here. Promote economic empowerment of and opportunity for LGBTQI plus people in Serbia. Another country it's not great to be gay in. Oh, they're helping them expand economically in that area. If you have a problem with this, start something that you can ask for money to do in America. Start your own nonprofit. Do whatever it is you think that these things should be doing in America and then do it. If this is a problem to you. No, I will not. I wish I could get this donate thing to disappear at the bottom because I am not donating. No, I am neither rich nor a bigot. So I will not be doing that. Strengthen community support structures to upscale LGBT rights advocacy. Equality for All Foundation, Jamaica. Yep, don't have a problem with that. Support gender diverse people in Bangladesh. The Bandhu Social Welfare Society. Why should I be bothered? Let's see if I can find more what the grants are. You have to sign up. You have to sign up to get the full shit. Fuck it. I will not agree to receive text messages. Fuck that. You have to be part of an organization? Oh, we got details. We got details. Okay. All right. I don't want to go through this entire fucking website, so let's take what the actual fucking details are that they're hiding. Yes. Spending. Okay. The goal of the activity is to improve the safety, agency, well-being, and livelihood of gay people in Uganda. I'm okay with that. Outlays amount, 0. Obligated amount, 5 million. Total funding, almost 5.5 million. And it 3 in progress, 3 years and 3 months. Like that is another thing too, is that like this is the money they are receiving over the course of this thing. Oh, usaspending.gov. I'm gonna keep this link. Because this is not their website. This is another website that actually might be more useful than the one I'm on. But I'm still gonna go through some of this shit. All right, let's see what the grant details are here. It's still not giving me any real data. Okay, the things are what they say they are. Like, there's nothing here that really makes this fraud. And in fact, there's nothing here that makes any of this bad. Like, is this really what they're freaking out about? I mean, my God. International Rescue Committee. I can't believe I gave them my email for this shit. It is like the same information, basically. New 36-month project to create appraisals, adaptations, and accreditation process products for more inclusive consideration of sexual orientation, gender identity, sexual characteristics, and humanitarian assistance. I don't have a problem with that. Is this it? I'm going to predict right. Okay, I have yet to find any of these that bother me. Like that. Like, you know what? I don't even know what I'm looking for, because when you look, because like look at what this thing is called: funding insanity, federal spending on gender ideology under Biden-Harris. Like, I'm not bothered by any of this. I don't know when I put down my microphone. I've been waving it around without a microphone. I don't know what the sound's going to be like for that entire section where I didn't have the microphone in my hand. I just noticed it because I was like, I'm using both my hands. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, like this is the thing. Like there's nothing that if this is what I'm going to click on the USAID thing to make sure I go check out the USAID section. But if this is the problem they have with USAID, I don't give a shit. I support all of this so far. I haven't seen one objectionable thing. Like even in their own language, like where is the objection? Where is the objectable? Where is, okay, let's go to USDA. Interesting. USAID. Wait. USAID only has 8 total of these grants. My God. Okay, so the key population consortium in Uganda, that's USAID. I don't have a problem with that. That is what USAID should be doing. Yeah. Why shouldn't we use USAID to help gay people in Uganda? I don't understand the problem. More inclusive consideration of International Rescue Committee, Association of okay, Lambda sounds weird, but that might just sound weird because I played Half-Life. Activities to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming healthcare. It's just about helping out. It's just about helping trans nonprofits. Like they don't have any notes. Count differs. Like there's no objective. The foreign assistance program works to support long-term equitable economic growth and advance the foreign U.S. policy. Like where's the part I should be afraid of? Let's look at the U.S. Bar Association, because I actually would like a little bit more of an explanation of the U.S. Bar Association. But like, what am I supposed to be bothered by here? Oh, it's a lot of money. Bitch, it's actually not relative to what we normally spend. Like if like this saying we need to cut all these programs is a little bit like saying, hey, if you stop eating avocado toast, one day you'll be able to afford a house. That's not how any of that works, Grandpa. Go get in a fucking retirement home. Strengthen human rights, information, integrity, equality, and democracy for the LGBTQI plus population in the Western Balkans. This is nothing. Economic empowerment, equality for all, Foundation Jamaica. We already looked at most of these. Oh my God, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's fucking nothing. Okay. Oh wait, what do we got here? What do we got here? This could be interesting. Department of Agriculture. Okay. What's in the Department of Agriculture? To study menstrual cycles in transgender men and people with masculine gender identities, intersex and non-binary persons. $600,000. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with that. Okay. Well, why wouldn't we be studying? First of all, just to clarify for people who might be confused at this moment, oh, but men can't have periods. These are trans men. They were born female, genetically. They were born. I'm not going to say genetically female. It's redundant. They were born female, and they gender identify as men. But that doesn't mean they stop having periods. Like this is like the big straw man that is put up against the trans community is that they think that they are fully becoming like genotypically a sex, but that's not. No, only the most scientifically ignorant of trans people would think that. Most trans people, especially trans men, are going to understand that because trans men are going to still have periods. I mean, I'm sure that there's some hormonal things that they can do to that, but like, I don't have a problem with this. And $600,000, that seems reasonable for a scientific study. Sorry, it is. That's a reasonable, like, honestly, it's probably low. Like, how many scientists do you think that can hire? How many volunteers can you compensate? Science expensive. To support LGBTQ farmer to farmer training. Don't have a problem with this. Don't have a problem. USDA obligated. It's fun, interesting use of language. Agroecology commons. Yeah, it's just, and also like it's less than the period study. It's $397,000. Like, how many farms do you even think that builds? Like, to promote food resilience, prioritizing opportunities for low-income queer and trans minority communities. USDA obligated in grants to the Farm Training Collective to promote food resilience, prioritizing opportunities for low. They're just helping out farmers. Why can't farmers be gay? You tell me. To promote education and to empower the LGBT beginning farmer community. The FEMA. I know it's supposed to look like female foundation. But in the USDA awarded, like, it's only 240. Like, do you understand how little money that is to the government? That's like groceries for the government. Once again, I don't care. Like, and if they have farms, they're literally contributing to America's agriculture and society. Like, I don't understand the problem here. You see, the thing is that like these are not direct, like these are grants awarded to programs. This is not the government specifically picking gay people as winners or losers. These are just because you need to understand how grants work before you get too excited about all this. I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't even see there's nothing in here that bothers me even a little bit. Like, honestly, it's not a lot of money and nothing in there was a problem. To strengthen recruitment in federal programs and outreach to LGBTQ students, University of Arizona. That's only $16,000. Who cares? It's fine. It's fine. Also, everything here under USDA, just so you're aware, is money that's being spent inside the United States. So this helps our economy. This is good for the economy. Department of Education, total of only 2 grants. There's only 2 grants to the Department of Education. But I thought the teachers were brainwashing our children. Well, apparently not if we're only giving them 2 of these grants. If we've only found 2, I should write this one down, because if we've only found 2 grants that are a little bit queer that go to schools, and they're both colleges. Like, what do conservatives even think is happening? Like, they have this data. They are looking at this data. They are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, and every time, and they're looking at it going, no. And I'm sitting here going, what? Why? Oh man, this really makes me think that whatever's going on in USA is bullshit. San Diego Community College District. The ED award of 1.2 million in grants to San Diego Community College District for Pride Center to support their LGBTQI. Oh, they have the A here for this one. A plus students. No problem. Building shit's expensive. That they employed a lot of contractors to build that stuff. It was good for the economy. Get over yourselves. Boston College and Boston, another college. And this is like less than half of the other one. An empowerment program for students at their school. Who cares? Like, does it bother you that there are organizations out there that want to do empowerment programs? You're like, where's my straight empowerment program? Yeah. When are you going to empower the straights? We'd have to depower them first, and nobody wants that. Department of Health and Human Services, 60 grants, the most grants, not surprising. Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Good for them. Good for them, I guess. Medicine Mount for Sinai for cluster hiring initiative for underrepresented groups and to establish gender equity office. So like this money's not even just for gay people. It includes a gender equity office, but like some of this money went to other underrepresented groups. That's important to note there. Children's Hospital Corporation, weird name. The Children's Hospital Corporation to transform health for gender diverse youth using intervention to drive equity. Okay, sounds good. Makes sense. If you want people to be safely going through these processes, it makes sense you'd fund them. Johns Hopkins University. These are all just hospitals. These are all just this is who should be getting this money. Because healthcare is a factor and science is a factor. So these people should be getting this money. It doesn't. Wow. Characterizing intersecting sexual, gender, and race-based stigmas. See, it's not even just for gay stuff. Affecting communities of U.S. transgender women and cisgender men who are sexually active with men. Okay, I thought it was going straight for a second, but it went gay at the end of the sentence. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that either. These are things we need to study. God, I wish they were just honest and just said, we hate the gays. To be clear, that's me talking about them. Nobody clipped that shit. Visiting nurse services of New York to grant visiting to gender affirmation, quality of life, and access to care. Sounds good. Don't have a problem with that. Where's the bad stuff? I was told there would be bad stuff. The person who sent this to me seemed confident that I would be bothered by it. Amazing. I love when I'm right. Children's Hospital Corporation, transforming health for gender. I don't have a problem with that. Center for Innovative Health Research. Inclusive teen pregnancy. It's to adapt health research to adapt an LGBT plus inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. It's weird it doesn't have the T in there. That don't make that. It's weird they didn't put the T there, but I guess the plus is supposed to cover it all, right? But this is a program to help keep trans boys from getting pregnant. Once again, no problem with this. Teen pregnancy. Why wouldn't we want a program to stop teen pregnancy? Besides, the science is still out there on the trans thing. For all you know, if preventing them from getting pregnant is preventing a future generation of trans. This upselling the conservatives thing I'm trying to do is really painful, just so everyone knows. Latino Commission on AIDS. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Like, why is any of this bad? The Arbor Circle Corporation, creepy name, has obligated to grant but it's a healthcare thing. to assist with well-being LGBTQI plus youth in their family, caregiver, community environments. That's good. Only less than $1 million to housing, and that's 4 grants. Jesus, it's almost housing opportunities made equal. HUD obligated to grant housing opportunities made equal for staff training and education on appraisal bias, sexuality, and gender awareness. No problem with that. No problem with that at all. I don't like. I understand that that's definitely a DEI program, but like it's a DEI program that will benefit in helping get people housed. Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana. HUD obligated, this is a grant money to Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana for investigations on activities into sexual orientation and or gender identity discrimination. Sounds worthwhile to me. Surprised it only cost that much, but maybe Indiana's cheap. I don't know. Fair Housing Center. Most of these are just about getting queer people houses. It's not bad. There's nothing bad about this. Like, what would you rather they were homeless? Oh shit. You probably do. Fuckers. Okay. About High Plains Fair Housing Center. That's all of it. It's all about fair housing. It's all about helping them not be homeless. Oh, what a terrible thing for us to fucking fund. That was sarcasm, but I'm autistic, so my sarcasm comes out as me just sounding angry as fuck. Department of Justice list of DOJ grants. National Council on Juvenile and Family Court Judges to address the need of justice involved. It's just about helping judges not be discriminatory. Oh, but they probably don't want that either. CNA Corporation. DOJ obligated $694,000 to the CNA Corporation to assess transgender hate crime victimization and LGBTQ liaison unit response. Sounds good. Sounds important. Sounds like a thing that needs to happen. Washington State Department of Corrections, $250,000. Washington State Department of Corrections to study and help with gender responsive housing for. We need that. We need that. We're probably going to need it more now that they're illegal. Department of the State, 209. I'm not going through 209. Although I will say, holy shit, these are small. $12,000 DOS obligated grant to support training for social workers and psychological counselors and lawyers and gender equality within rural districts. That sounds good, and it's shockingly cheap. Like what are they paying? Oh, this is in Turkey. That's why that money goes so far. Okay. So these are other countries. No wonder we get so much bang for our buck. Good Lord. That's not enough to even pay for one public school teacher in America. Miscellaneous foreign awardees. Argentinian group, $10,000 to celebrate Pride Month in Argentina, showcasing artistic work and activism of the House of Extravaganza. I don't have a problem with this. The buzz associated with the project, queer memory, historical transition, and material culture, community in Lithuania. These are just arts programs in other countries. That's what I'm getting here. Department of State awarded $5,000 grant to intergenerational activities, including queer book club. Don't care. This is fine. Nepal probably does need help with their gender minority. $22,000 to an international film festival. Sure, why not? Like I said, that's not even enough to get a public school teacher in one of our schools for a year. Well, maybe a bad school. I don't care about these. They're so small, and most of them are just like weird art things, or university things. And we get insane. Okay, so the biggest one here is for Cairo. The Department of State awarded $1.4 million to grant to the American University in Cairo to start a gender scholars program. Who cares? It's even an American company. Incentiva in a cost. Department of State awarded $80,000 to, I'm not saying their name again, support full-fledged community center for, community centers. Makes sense that costs more. Department of State awarded blah, blah, blah. That company again. Like, They don't have enough data here for me to worry about these. Department of the Interior, only 2 grants. New York State Office of Parks and Recreation, Historical Preservation to convert men's and women's bathrooms into gender-neutral bathrooms at Letchworth State Park. I have no problem with that. State Historical Society of Colorado obligated $58,000. State Historical Society of Colorado to survey at least 25 lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer historic resources in Colorado and submit at least 3 associated nominations to the National Register of Historic Places. Okay, cool. Institute of Museums and Library Services, University of Tennessee, $393,000. User-based approach to better understand and meet the needs of LGBT. Okay, fine. Pauli Murray Center for History and Social Justice, $330,000 to the Pauli Murray Center for History and Social Justice to create an exhibit about Pauli Murray and civil rights. Sounds good. Sounds good. Extra museum. Fuck it. I approve all museums. I approve all money going to these museums. I'm not even going to read the small thing. I'm just going to assume that I agree with those. Inter-American Foundation, don't really know what that is. Oh, it refers to Uruguayan Human Rights Group. If it says human rights, you'd need to come with more to make me worry about it. And this Paraguay National Endowment of the Arts. 13. Oh, they're going back to the other format now. All of a sudden, we were doing that format, and now we're doing this format. Who made this website? Be ashamed. Okay. Total funding. American Museum of Ceramic Arts. $30,000. Who cares? That probably paid one person. Wise Fool, New Mexico. Any obligated Wise Fool, New Mexico supports gender identity. Ballet. Support the creation of a presentation of dance works to explore gender fluidity and challenge assumptions about the movement of ballet. Sure, I'd watch it. The New Festival Inc. NEA obligated $20,000 grant. New Festival Inc. to support Queering the Canon, a curated film series highlighting LGBTQ plus cinema. Sounds fucking fine. Oregon Arts Watch, LA LGBT Center. Okay, we're at the bottom. We've officially gone through all of it, I think. Yep, we have. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm going to stop share now. Wow. Okay. So, whoever made that just hates trans people. There's not a deeper takeaway than that. It's just these nonprofits applied for money to help gay and trans and queer people. And we're not happy about the money going to do that. If you don't hate gay people, there's nothing to worry about here. I will even consider this. I mean, some of that was USAID, so I will consider this the beginning of my investigation into USAID. And if I'm being honest, if it's true that they paid $47,000 to put on a trans opera in Colombia, that's dope as fuck. Okay. Wow. What a wild nothing burger. Oh, they just hate queer people. There's nothing else here. There's literally nothing else there. That's really fucking sad. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to Ruben Uncut. As we continue to fight back against the man. Please like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, ring that bell. And of course, you can always leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know why I should be more concerned about this type of weird spending. What should the real concern be? If you have other data, give me the other data. But the data that was there was nothing. I need to see something more incriminating, folks. If you got something more incriminating, hit me up. You can email me at rubenuncut@gmail.com. All right. You can also just leave a comment there, but people who comment on YouTube videos are not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Smart. All right. Well, anyways, have a wonderful whatever, wherever, whoever you are.